Hi, this is Children for Christ. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so grateful to have you back. If it's your first time, then you are welcome, and everyone else is also welcome. So today I'm just continuing with the topic I started from the last video, which was the key habits in children, developing key habits in children. But from feedback, I've decided to go back to basics and to really define what is a habit. Why is it important to develop habits in our children? How can we develop habits in our children? And I'm going to break these topics down in series so that we can have it in chunks, and then we can take our time, take it in, and then we can put it into practice. So thank you for the feedbacks that have been coming in. I really do appreciate them. So if you are interested in these topics, then please stay tuned. Today we are discussing what is a habit. Get yourself comfortable, get yourself a cup of tea or a cold drink, whatever makes you comfortable. So what is a habit? So I've done a few research on the internet and listening to a few mentors on what they have come up with, and I've put this together. So Wikipedia will say that a habit is a routine of behavior that is repeated regularly over time, and it tends to occur subconsciously. So it's repeated regularly, and it tends to be subconscious, or it tends to happen subconsciously. Then the English dictionary will say that habit is a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. So they have put it in a different way in terms of, if you have anything that is hard for you to give up in your life, then it means that has become, or that is a habit. So pause for thought and think about the things that is so hard for you to give up from childhood. But yes, everything that we are talking about here is for us as parents to help our children. Once we have, I'm only going into the basics and the foundation of what is a habit today, just giving definitions, and then we can build upon it with the few or couple of videos that will follow. So what the next thing is, what are some of the synonyms? What are some of the words that really describe what a habit is? And the first one is practice. When you keep practicing something, it becomes a habit. Routine is another word. Routines that you have, routines that we've put in place for our children, they become a habit that they grow up with. I'm not going to go into details. I'm just giving the words so that it brings our mind to what habit is. The next word is style. Style, your fashion sense, your fashion style is a habit. The way you dress. Think about it. We all have a certain way. Some of us may be very simple and modest in our dressing. Others may be classic or classy. Others may be really flamboyant. But that becomes a habit that you do subconsciously. Or even when you go to the shops, you pick it subconsciously. You go straight to the rail that has your kind of style. The next one, which is the fourth one, is pattern. What are some of the patterns that you have? Patterns become habit. Patterns are habits. When you have a pattern in your home, remember, it's a lifelong habit that your children will pick up. So all these things should make us as parents think of the habits, the patterns, the style, the routines and the practices that we have at home. The next one is custom. And the last one is policy. What are the policies that you live by in your home? Policies for our children to go out, policies for them to pick certain schools or pick friends, so many and so forth, which I'm not going to break down today, but I believe we get the gist of what habit is. Tracy Bryan says that any experience, an intense joy or pain combined with a behavior can create a habitual behavior pattern that may endure for the rest of a person's life. So any intense pain or any intense experience or behavior can create habitual pattern. So as parents, there are certain experiences that we can give our children that the byproduct of that experience can be a lifelong habit. For example, if you beat your child in an inappropriate way, depending on that child, the byproduct will be fear. Fear in so many different ways as they grow up. So as I have said, I'm sure think about the experiences that you give your children. But we're not going to go into that. Sorry, I'm just putting my password in my laptop. But what I'm trying to say is our actions as parents are key. Our actions are key to the habits that our children will develop. I'm just going to end here by just reading out a few facts about habits that I got whilst researching as well. The first one is our life is to a large extent the sum of all your habits, whether good or bad. 2, you can take control of your life by changing your habits. That is very important. 3, it's hard to shake off a habit. And we'll talk about all that in the next few videos. Habits never truly disappear. Do you believe that? Okay. We'll see as the days go by or the weeks. And the last one is cravings are the brain's motivator. And it goes further to say, for something to become a habit, our brain must crave it. That means that there are certain cravings that our brains want or they need. That tends to become habits. So let's think of the cravings and what we feed our children, because that can become a lifelong craving for them or lifelong habit. And we will think, and for the next few videos, we will go further to break them down. Why is it important to develop habits in our children? Don't forget, whilst you're watching, please subscribe. Click on the notification button. Share, comment. It's the comments that I receive that shapes the topics that I have and how I move forward. I really do appreciate your time for listening, and I hope that you've learned something today. Let me know what you think. Thank you once again. My name is Essie. Have a blessed week, and I'll see you soon.